Welcome, future teachers, to the TExES Core Subjects 391 Test Prep Program. On this lesson, we're going to be walking through our English Language Arts and Reading test number 901 Test Prep. This way, if you're feeling anxious or nervous or you just need to get prepared fast, you'll know exactly what you'll get with our full test prep. First, notice how right at the top of the page there is a video. This video is 23 minutes and 20 seconds long. It shows all of the information that you need to know for your exam in a visual way. This is great for audio and visual learners. Just notice here that all of this page has to do with competency number 1 on your exam, which is all about oral language. But there are a total of 10 competencies inside the English Language Arts and Reading section. But in this video, we're going to be looking at competency number 1. So notice here how our study guide is laid out in an easy to read, bullet point, no fluff style, as well as includes points where you can jot your notes. So if you learn something all about semantics, you can say, these are my notes about semantics. And you can keep writing. And then when you hit add note, your notes are all saved at the bottom of the page. All right, so that's pretty cool. But one thing that you're really going to want to know for your exam on test day is totally be prepared for all of the vocabulary, because on test day, you're going to want to rapid fire have these terms at the top of your head. So let's just do one example. All of our vocabulary terms have these activities in our test prep, which makes learning the vocabulary interactive and really easy to absorb for your exam. So let's do this one together. Studies sound patterns and their relation to meaning. That sound, remember sound, phone, phonology. We're going to put that, drag and drop it right there. Next, we have focuses on sentence structure and key concepts being subject, verb, agreement, and inversion. Let me give you a moment here. Do you think that's syntax, pragmatics, or semantics? All right, now when I see structure, I think syntax. But remember, this is all about a learning process. So when you're finished, you'll just click submit, and then you'll see which ones you got right and which ones you need to go back to. All right, now let's finish this up. This one says analyzes meaning in relation to context. I think I know which one. Including tone and nonverbal cues. Now I'm just going to read this one too because we have 2 total, so I want to make sure that I put them in the correct place. Now this reads concerned with meaning or at word, phrase, and sentence levels. What's the same about them is they both have this word meaning. They're both about meaning, and pragmatics and semantics are both about meaning, but when you see meaning in relation to context, if you read our study guide, you'll know alarm bells will be ringing off, and that is all about pragmatics. So you're just going to want to drag and drop that here. And then that would leave semantics right here. Click the submit button. Let's check it out. Okay, cool. We got them all right. Now, every time that you reload the page, these will go back and they will be placed in different order, both the terms and the definitions, which make studying excellent because you don't just become spatially aware and you just drag and drop it in the same area every time. You really still have to think every single time you just reload the page. Now, competency 1 has a bunch of different descriptive statements. We call these standards. And so what you're going to want to do is just go through, read them, use the interactive activities, and make sure to jot some notes. And then put that down below, and then I'll show you all of our notes section right at the bottom. So this is what you're going to get if you're feeling like, I wish I could just put myself on one path, have one resource to pass this exam. You're definitely looking at it. Just go to teacherpreps.com, or if you're watching this video, just click the link in the description below, enroll today, get full access, be totally prepared, and pass on your next try. All right, so as you can see, we provide every single thing that you need, but it's totally no fluff, and we don't add things that you don't need to know for your exam. So what I want to show you here is these are the notes, right? So jot some notes. These are my notes about semantics. And in case you no longer want them, or you have a typo error, or you just added to them, you can just click delete and keep the ones that you want. Now, in case I reload this page, what's really neat is that these notes are still here, so you don't lose your notes. And at the bottom of every single competency, so competency 1 all the way through 10, all 10 competencies have their own practice quiz. And you might be asking yourself, what's up with this timer? How did you get 15 minutes? Well, we have a certain amount of questions for all of the practice quizzes. And on your real test day, you get 1 minute and 34 seconds for every question on your exam. And so we have multiplied the amount of questions that we give you by 1 minute and 34, and that's the total time here, which makes practicing for your test like a real test day, just like a simulation. Now, notice that this is all about competency 1, but you don't need to know only about competency 1. You need to know about competency 2, which is word analysis, 3, fluency, 4, comprehension, 5, vocabulary, 6, reading, inquiry, and research, 7, writing conventions, competency number 8, written communication, competency number 9, viewing and representing. That's all about viewing and representing data. So providing students with charts, graphs, and then also teaching them how to make them. And then competency 10, the last one for your English language arts and reading test, is all about assessment and developing literacy for our students. But we not only provide the quizzes that I just showed you right here, but we actually have 2 full-length practice tests. And so you will be totally ready and prepped for test day. Once again, if you're feeling anxious or you just want one single place, an interactive place to study, if you might be like, well, I need a study guide, but I don't just want only a study guide, because you're sort of like an audio visual learner and you need practice in this material. Well, this not only has video lessons for all 10 of the competencies, but again, it has the interactive activities, jot notes, and the practice quiz at the bottom. This is definitely the test prep that you want if you need to pass on your next try. Just click the link in the description below, and thank you so much for watching.